Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back. I have such a fantastic surprise for you guys. I have been waiting for so long for this day to come. Let me remind you, Michael Glassman, award-winning landscape architect, we did a garden tour video of his garden a couple weeks ago that was just a massive hit.
And it was very fun.
Everybody loved it, absolutely loved it. So Michael is a landscape architect. Allow me to introduce Megan O-Neill. She lives in a town close by where Michael and I live, and Michael has helped her with her garden, but I do have to say, this garden is done by Megan. Megan does all the gardening herself, right?
Just about. I have Carlos who helps me mow and blow. He's very dear. But yeah, I spend most of my time in the yard.
So when did you move to this garden?
We've been in this yard for 4 years now. And it's just been lovely.
It is incredible. We took a quick walk around before we started filming. I cannot wait for you guys to see. I have both Megan and Michael mic'd up, so hopefully you guys can hear them well, but this is probably gonna be a long video because this garden is incredible. All right, let's get started. All right, we are starting here in the very front of her home. First thing I do want to say, Megan is actually selling her home.
I am.
She is moving on to bigger and better things, which I am so excited for you. But I think this is a perfect opportunity to document what you've done over the past 4 years.
Thank you, me too.
So let's start with the driveway, this gorgeous driveway. What is edging on this side?
So it's the flagstone from the house. We decided to pull into the edge of the driveway. Originally, our driveway shot straight into our kitchen window, and Michael...
Michael didn't like that.
No, Michael did not like that. So we redid the whole driveway, which, you know, if you give a mouse a cookie, went into the front porch area. We pulled that out. So the whole front yard was redone, and Michael was my help.
And the reason behind it, just so that people know, is not just to spend money, because, you know, we can do that anytime. The house is beautiful. I wanted to give it some curb appeal. I also wanted to make it so that you don't see headlights going right into the kitchen window. We also needed more room to be able to navigate up and down the driveway. And as you can see from the pictures, as we're walking around, now you have a destination. The front door, the front of the house is just as special as the backyard. It looks out into these gorgeous oak trees. It's a destination.
Absolutely, it's incredible. I cannot stop looking at what is surrounding these oak trees. Can you guys show us that a little bit closer?
Sure. So I planted shade gardens underneath all of the trees, and shade gardens consist of, here are my hostas, different hydrangeas, and different ferns.
Oh my goodness, it is so incredible. I have not seen hostas this big in our area ever. I don't think ever.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
They're 4 years old. They actually could probably be divided if you went and you looked inside. This is probably actually somewhere around 10 hostas now. And when I planted them 4 years ago, I think they were just maybe 4 or 5 leaves. And I actually ordered them online from Proven Winters, and they came in a box.
Nice.
It was during COVID.
That's awesome. I actually work with Proven Winners, so Proven Winners is going to love seeing this from you.
Perfect. I'm a big fan of them.
Good.
The
they're
Emperor
amazing.
Wu hostas over here are also from them.
So what do you do to keep the slugs from eating them? Because that's what I have trouble with.
If I notice there's a slug, I'll just get a pack of Sluggo, and then I literally just take it and just sprinkle it in. Sometimes I'll move the leaves so it gets right at the base down here. And I notice that the slugs and the snails like to hide in the leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you keep them clear and pull them out and then put a little Sluggo on top, you won't have any problems.
That's awesome. Good advice, because these hostas are so beautiful. They're so big. And then over here, foxtail ferns.
These are asparagus ferns.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty.
Oh,
I love it against the black bark.
Yeah,
and
the black
oak.
bark really makes everything pop.
It's beautiful.
And you will notice that, for example, the oak trees, the gorgeous bark, is reflected in the we picked the quartzite, which was on the house, and used that for the raised planters as well as the walkway. So again, a continuity that everything kind of blends together.
It's incredible, you guys. Do you know what kind of hosta this one is, this big blue one?
This is an Emperor Wu,
okay.
I believe.
That from Proven Winners?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, look at these, they're
so
amazing.
That one, I don't think anybody's seen one. I mean, I haven't seen one this big. I've heard that they get 4 feet wide, so it's so fun to see it.
I can show you one of the biggest ones,
okay,
too.
yeah, let's see.
You have to see.
Oh!
Yeah. So they've gotten pretty big.
Put your arms out. Put your arms out.
And this is just the beginning of the season.
That's
so by
amazing.
the end of the season, these leaves literally, they get this big.
And
look at the flower.
Yeah,
look at
and all of the hostas will flower, and the hummingbirds just love them.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so coming this way, I love how you've edged everything in boxwood. Do you know what kind of boxwood this is?
Michael, do you remember what we
Winter
picked?
Gem.
Winter Gem. It's
Yep.
so beautiful.
These are all 3rd year, 2, 3 year. No, these are all 2 years old.
Okay.
And they're just starting to form together. They were 1 gallons.
1 gallon.
Yep.
They're beautiful. Do you prune them at all? Or?
Yeah, we just take an edger and go on the top and the sides, and that's it.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this house. Okay, real quick, can we go up to the front? I want to show them the hostas by the front door. We can call you Hosta Queen, okay?
Thank you.
At least for
really
now
am
until
a
you...
big fan
Abba
of
has
them.
the dancing queen. She's the hosta queen.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. So pretty.
Thank
How
you.
often do you water these guys?
These guys stay in the shade pretty much all day long, so they only need to be watered, I'd say, every 5 days.
Oh my goodness.
And I just pour enough that they don't get my patio dry.
Okay, I'm putting hostas by my front door.
Right, and then
Done.
as you turn around, you can see this is what I love is, again, it's a destination. This wonderful patio to sit out there and look. She's got 2 ponds in the association that she can actually sit and look at.
So if you guys see over there, there's a pond that way. And then coming over there, there's a pond that way. Megan, tell them about the baby ducks.
Yes.
So the ponds start at the ponds. The baby ducks and geese start out over there in the morning, and then they waddle over, and then there's all sorts of little watering stops for them here, and they stop and they take their break here, and then they waddle to the
other.
second
Oh,
pond,
that's
and
so
then at
cute.
night they do the same thing.
They're going back?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
the
so
best
sweet.
part of the front yard for sure.
I'm gonna go show them your little watering stations that you've left for them. It's the cutest thing. Isn't that so sweet? Oh, I wish we caught the
And there's
little...
a technical thing that I think people will really enjoy. Because the patio was raised, and again, you don't want people falling off the edge of the patio. Doing the seat wall is great. It's also lit at night. So the neat thing about it is you can sit out here and talk to people without having to worry about falling behind. You don't have railings, so it doesn't kind of look like a jail.
Yeah.
And it just gives it a more relaxed feeling. And you can see the lights underneath it at night is just amazing.
So
It's really nice because you can just have the 2 chairs out here, and then if there's more people come, there's plenty of seating right
just
here,
sit
and you don't
here.
have to have it out all the time.
Yeah, and it's a really, I know this is a funny story, but years ago I did a patio, big, large patio, and they invested in a lot of furniture. But we also designed in a seat wall, and they had a big party to kind of show it off. And all this furniture was empty. Everyone was sitting on the seat wall. It's just, it's a really, you can put your,
gravitate towards
yeah,
it for
you
sure.
can put your drink down there. It's just, it's more of this kind of community feel. Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
gorgeous. You guys, you did such a good job. I absolutely love it. So do you guys, your family ever sit out here?
It's more me
Is it?
when I garden in the front yard and when I watch the birds.
That's so sweet.
The best part about living here is definitely the birds.
That's so sweet. And you can tell Megan's a gardener because look at her little pots over here.
Those are just little starts of some ferns that I will add around.
Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so wonderful to see. Okay, so she has iceberg roses. These are icebergs, right?
Yes.
And did you do color coordination in this garden?
This garden's pretty much all white. I tried to go for a moon garden feel. There are some pops of blue in the hydrangeas, but mostly everything is white. And the iceberg roses were a nice touch because they just keep blooming over and over again. And unlike other roses, you don't have to keep pruning them back.
Right.
They just, you do
They're
it a few
so
times
easy.
a year instead of every time of bloom, and it's really gratifying.
They're so easy and they're so beautiful right now.
And we added some beach ball pittosporum right here.
Which I love because, again, a little accent. You can see the round orb in there.
I love that.
And then having the beach ball kind of, repeats the theme.
Okay. Note to self, do this because it's beautiful.
Some of the balls are expensive and they're volcano rocks, and then some of them I got just from Home Goods.
Oh, really?
And honestly, in the yard, they look very similar.
They look the same.
Yeah.
That's such a good tip. Beautiful olive tree. Absolutely gorgeous. So beautiful. And then this fountain. Do you know where this fountain's from?
The fountain's from Pottery World. We had a fountain in the back, and I enjoyed it so much. I put it in the front. And the birds just take baths all day long in it. It's just the cutest.
It's so beautiful. And it has such a good sound to it. Megan has made this a bird sanctuary.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Wait till you see the backyard.
And I wanted something that kind of set off, this is the entrance. This is where we come up and go to the house. And so having the water feature here, it's just...
It's perfect.
It draws you in.
It's
It draws you in.
perfect, you guys.
Yeah.
You did such a good job. I am absolutely in love with it.
It's
So,
a great collaboration.
nobody worry about the address. Her and her family have already moved out. The house is on the market at this moment. So if you want to see more pictures, it's on the market. Megan, what is this?
This is a red bud, a weeping red bud, and just some creeping Jenny.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
It is so pretty. And then with the chimney in the background.
I like the two different color greens against each other.
It's beautiful.
I know they're both green, but it's still.
Oh yeah, no,
a pop
I get what
it's
you're
still
going.
A pop of color.
I get what you're doing. It's beautiful. How about that chimney? That chimney is just insanely beautiful. Now, what is climbing up here?
It's the Boston ivy, and what else was it?
Virginia
Michael? And
creeper.
Virginia creeper.
Virginia creeper and Boston ivy. I love this look so much. It's one of my favorite looks. It's beautiful. And it's okay in the heat, or does it suffer a little bit in the heat?
She gets a little hot in the heat, but on the side of the house, she seems to do just
It's
fine.
okay. Oh, it's beautiful.
Nothing would grow right here at all.
Uh-huh.
So this is what is bulletproof.
Uh-huh.
Dusty Miller.
It's gorgeous. And then you got some more balls here.
Yes.
Are these the expensive ones or the...
No, those are Home Goods.
I love it.
Home Goods for the win.
That's so good. I love it.
And then I like, again, for privacy, the little gem magnolia, which you'll get about 17 to 20 feet tall.
These right here?
Right. They're in the family of the regular southern magnolia, but they're a dwarf version. I love them because they're tight, they're beautiful, they have the white flower, and they're
beautiful.
romantic.
You can see the buds on them.
I love when they flower. And they smell really good too.
They're gorgeous. Okay, so we've got a hedge of boxwood, the beach ball pittosporums, a little bit of ice. Are those the carpet
These
roses?
are the carpet
carpets.
roses.
Okay, carpet roses, and then the little gem magnolias, and then backdrop of the star jasmine, which they have everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful. This whole combination, if you guys are looking for a combination for a garden bed, this is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous. And you guys have lighting too at night.
Yes, we do. We have lots of up lighting.
I bet it is absolutely incredible. So these redwoods, I'm assuming, were here.
These were here. My husband, I think part of the reason we're moving is I want to let him cut it down. So
Oh, really?
So he couldn't get another RV back here to put that in.
Okay, do you guys see? Okay, we'll get to this in a second. We'll get to this. Do you want to show off your half court?
Oh, sure.
So you have children.
I do. I have 3 kids, so we tried to make the house for them as well. So we put in a little half court here for my 14-year-old
that's
son.
so
And I
nice.
just went with white lines so it wouldn't be too aggressive against the garden.
Yeah, it looks great. And
Continuing the white theme.
then, yes, I can see what you're going for. And then behind it, is that star jasmine?
Behind
White
it's another
potato vine.
garage.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, behind here is the common area. So there's a trail that goes throughout the community back here, and often you'll see people riding their horses.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And then this is white potato vine, which is
Yeah, those
absolutely
are white
gorgeous.
potato vines, and if you're looking for something that just grows super easy.
Like a weed.
Yeah,
Like a weed?
Honestly, if you're looking for a weed that's a vine,
Nice.
which she is.
Okay, so we took a little detour. We came up to the back what would you call it? Back door, back patio.
Back of the house,
This is our back slider right out of our family room.
So
and
this
our
is
kitchen.
So this is the first thing you see when you come out the back door. It is so incredibly beautiful. And this is where your birdies are.
These are where the baby birds all hatch, so you can see it from inside the house.
it's so
There's
cute.
little nests in each one of the corners up there. And there's one at the very top in here.
Of this.
Yeah, and in here.
That's so sweet. And then I see you have the little bird houses. Are there any in there?
There's one in one of them.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And I see you use a lot of mirrors.
Yeah, on anything that was just a really plain surface, I
Yeah.
decided I'd rather see a reflection of the yard.
Kind of a little bit about how the yard kind of developed. When I met them, they had the skeleton of a pool.
We did.
Yes, and then nothing else was here. In fact, we have some before pictures.
Yeah.
And the first thing we talked about was, and that was a big thing, was to elevate this entire patio and open. This was a small door.
Yeah.
And we suggested opening this up to a big opening so that now you can get out, and then this very large terrace. Because again, if you're in a wheelchair, if you're in a walker, this way you can come in and out without having to worry. And most people, what's neat about being up on a higher elevation, you get to oversee the entire yard.
Right.
So on the patio, these are porcelain tiles.
Okay.
They take no maintenance. You don't have to seal them. You could drive a truck on them. That they're industrial strength.
They're wonderful. When your feet are wet, it's not slippery.
Right.
Good. Could not recommend it.
And then this is an interesting thing because one of the things, because I wanted to raise this up, we ran into, and I'm mentioning these because people have these things to consider.
Yeah.
You'll notice that the house is on a raised foundation, but you can see where all the vents are. And we did not want to put anything up against the house for water. You know, we don't want to rot out their foundation. We don't want water to collect. So what we did was we designed it so that you have these large retaining walls. That was left at the original level with gravel in there so it doesn't get all full of, and drainage.
I can't believe how low it was.
I mean, can you see it? That's where the ground level was.
That would be a completely different look for this whole grid.
Exactly. And so what was happening is you'd open the door and have to go down a whole flight of steps.
Right.
So again, what the idea was is to do the raised planter here so that so instead of seeing the back of the house and the windows and everything, this is all thuyas and white iceberg roses. And again, a nice seat wall so people can sit here and you don't have to worry about them falling back into the pit.
Right. They fall back into the thuyas.
Yes.
They're
So, I mean,
gorgeous.
again, there's a lot of thought behind this that, I mean, people that have, you know, situations where they have a raised foundation and they're worried about drainage and everything, then everything slopes away from the house. And then the whole idea of having the large structure here that also has the one thing that's really neat to stop the sun from coming in. They're a phantom screen that drops down and blocks out the heavy sun coming in, but at the same time you press a button and then the phantom screen lifts up and you don't even see it.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It is so beautiful. And look at these chandeliers.
Yeah, the chandeliers are just beautiful.
Holy
And
moly.
Megan's gonna show you.
Okay. Oh my goodness, Megan.
I mean, the whole thing.
It's really helpful when the sun blows in.
I
in the
can
afternoon.
imagine.
See, and the whole thing about this is it all goes back to, you know, we live in California where it's all about the outdoor room.
Right.
And that's what they have here. This is the ultimate outdoor room.
I mean, just by having that screen gives so much more accessibility to this whole place because it's just going to keep it 20 degrees cooler when the sun's beating in.
Exactly.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And then you'll notice the outdoor kitchen, the sitting areas. Yes, the chandeliers are
It's got the phantom screens on the other
on
side.
the other side
Yeah.
So pretty. Michael, did you help with this kitchen?
too. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
beautiful. It kind of
Michael
looks
helped
like your
with
style.
everything. We built the pool and it was just floating like an island in the backyard. And at that point we were like, we need some help figuring out
We
what
need
to
Michael.
do. The vents on the side of the house were just such a wild card.
Yeah, that's such a good idea to hide it because you don't even like when you look over there, it does not look like it goes down. It
Right.
just completely hides
And as I
it.
said, I loved the location of the pool, but it floated in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So it was like, how do we take the pool, of course, because we're not moving it, and make it relate to the rest of the yard. I love, you've got to show, this is one of my favorite areas.
Oh, this is one of the most convenient areas. So we have two Mastiffs and a Great Dane.
Oh boy.
Big dog.
So
Big
they
dog.
they get
You're
a good
so
wind
little.
through
How
their
do you
legs,
control them?
and they'll just run through all the plants. So this is actually, this turf area was their little dog park, and I had the bench right here. So then they could just go and circle
They
around
could be
here.
crazy.
And then this is their dog run and dog house area, and it was just a dream having it right off of the bedroom.
Oh my goodness.
So here's their little house.
Aw, Nana, Ruby, and Wiggy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then we built an automatic dog waterer for them right here.
Oh my goodness.
They're not here, so don't look at the water.
Okay. They're at
and
the
then
new house already.
we
What
plant-
is this? I'm sorry
That
to...
is a maple that was already there, and we just decided to keep it and work around her.
love
Yep.
it. I love it.
And the neat thing about it is the jasmine we did the wooden wire so the dogs can see through, but the jasmine smells wonderful, but it also hides the smell of
It hides everything, but it smells so incredible right now. It's
And in the
absolutely
summertime, the
beautiful.
thing that's really neat is there are sleeves so that we have umbrellas that open up so that the dogs get shaded.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Oh, that you guys have thought of everything. Good
Okay,
job.
this is my own little editorial for dog lovers, which you all know
We
I'm
know
a
you
dog
are.
lover.
Yep.
If you wouldn't, and this is what I tell people, if you wouldn't mind spending an afternoon in the dog run, think of it, if I had to stay in here, which would be delightful,
Right.
that's how your dog would feel.
Yes.
If you're going to put him in a little prison where it's hot and uncomfortable, think about spending an afternoon there.
Yep.
So when it's hot, they can get out of the sun.
Yep.
They have the automatic dog
Yep.
dog waterer.
They have some
all of
greenery.
this area. They have a place to go to the bathroom. I mean, as I said, it's an environment, and that's what you have to think. These are your babies. You
Right?
love them.
Absolutely. Oh, I bet they absolutely loved this.
They really did.
Instead of being like
And
cooped
it just
up
kept them
inside.
really safe, and you knew they weren't eating your plants. And they
Right.
weren't tearing up the hoses and the sprinklers.
Right, absolutely. Okay, can we look at this sunken garden bed?
Yes.
It's beautiful. So this was kind of the same solution
Yes.
as raising everything up.
Yes. She actually had the maple. That
Okay.
maple was already there.
Okay.
This is a new one that we
the
planted.
Sengu.
The Sengu kaku,
Yes.
yes.
Say that
And
again.
The Sengu.
Sengu kaku. It's coral bark Japanese maple.
okay, there you go.
Acer palmatum Sengu kaku.
She's just beautiful. Oh,
Yeah, I have to tell you a
gorgeous.
fun story. So we go out to the nursery, the wholesale nursery, out 160 acres in a golf cart. And Megan is just a joy to shop with. And as we're driving around, she
Hearts
goes,
in your eyes.
I tried.
I want that. Oh my God, I want that and everything. And we would tag them, and we have, this is maybe it's TMI, but on the day that we went and picked plants, the bulk of the plants. Do you remember what happened?
The thing with the big trees?
No, the thing with my phone.
Oh!
We spent most of the afternoon picking the big trees, and I was taking pictures and everything, and I don't know where my brain was, but it wasn't.
We were on a wild garden
Yeah.
cart ride.
And I took my phone and I must have left it in one of the trees in the box of the trees. Well, we're all done, and Megan's leaving and everything, and I drive a Tesla that you need your phone to get into.
You need to.
And I'm standing there at the end of the day because everyone's leaving the nursery and I have no way of getting into my car.
Hey guys.
Yeah. So I actually borrowed someone's phone. My wife had to come all the way in, almost a 45-minute drive, to get me into the car. And I'm thinking, oh God, I have no phone. Turns out, when they were collecting Megan's plants, there, sure enough, and just as I was about ready to go and get a new phone, there was the phone in the box. Yeah, so it
You
was
got too excited.
I got too excited.
You were too excited
We-
about the
yeah.
Story
phone.
of her life.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, going shopping with her is just, it's a joy.
Oh,
mean,
I
it
can
is a joy.
imagine. Oh my goodness. I want to go to Home Goods with you for
Oh,
sure.
I would love that.
So beautiful, beautiful
So-
sphere.
Back here we have just a couple, another random maple I just had growing. And
Okay.
then These are interesting hydrangeas. The
Oak leaf?
The
Oak leaf,
hydrangeas.
yeah, I love those.
They really fill in during the summer, but during the winter they go completely bare. So if you look, there's a few topiary boxwoods behind.
Yeah. Oh, for winter interest.
For them. So when they leave, then you have a few
Oh
boxwoods.
my goodness, you're so smart. I love that. Let me get a better shot of that.
You know what's really interesting about this yard, for anyone, people will appreciate it. It's a great mixture of wild and natural, with formal and controlled. So you've got a little bit of both. So those people that like more organized, you have the boxwoods and the topiaries. The people that like the more organic, you have the maples and the hostas and the hydrangeas. So there's really, it's kind of a yin yang for all the different tastes.
You can just tell that this garden, every inch of it has been thought of and cared about, and it's just like you can feel it. You can feel the love in this garden. I'm so impressed. So I do want to tell everybody about your maple collection.
Oh, so I have a small maple collection that I've been growing for for maybe
How many?
5-6 years. I grew them all from starts, and so they're all pretty large now. And then the larger ones I got are very large.
And
How many do you have now?
I think I have somewhere around 90. With
That's small.
Small.
I always wanted to, when she wasn't home, show up and just load a bunch of them, but I knew she would find out.
So we can't show you guys because of course she took those with her. Why would you not?
I did. But I had just the little maple grow. I have this little side area if you want to see.
Yeah.
So if you have a little side area that's shaded that you're not doing anything with and you want to have some starts, that's a great place to start starts.
Oh, that is such good advice.
So I had just this back area with just an air conditioning unit.
Yeah.
And this is where I did most of my starts because it never gets super hot and it only gets sun in the morning.
Oh my goodness. And they probably were so happy with this. They probably
it actually
absolutely
was
loved it.
funny enough, it was one of my favorite places in the yard. It was just this little corner.
This is what a true gardener looks like. It's amazing. Oh, I love it.
But there's more to see.
Oh, there's more. All right, let's go see this gorgeous pool. First off, the, what do you call these?
Serpentine cedars.
Serpentine cedars. They're so beautiful, you guys.
I love those. I call them living pieces of art.
They really are.
I love the serpentines. And the serpentines that are in the ground, this one's actually, its plum got its sprinkler turned off for 2 weeks. So she's on her recovery mission back right now.
You can't tell.
The other ones, the ones in the ground are just doing great, and they're just such beautiful
pieces of art.
Yeah.
Right?
And one thing as you're filming, a really nice transition is you go from the porcelain tile down to, this is broom finished concrete, and to accent it, using the synthetic lawn breaks up so it's not just all white concrete.
Yes.
And it's very organic, it's very pretty, and I love the look.
And we actually added lamp black to all of our concrete, so it's not as bright, doesn't reflect the sun as much.
Say that again?
Lamp black we added to our concrete mix.
Okay. And that just makes it a little darker?
A little darker.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it doesn't
interesting.
reflect the light as much.
Oh, it's beautiful. And
It
really,
also picks up, I mean, these are subtleties, but it picks up, you'll notice the porcelain tile has a darker tone to it. So having the concrete kind of match a little bit better with the porcelain tile, it all blends.
I honestly didn't notice that it was two different materials until you guys just pointed that out. So
Thank you. Yeah.
And I love with the grass in between. And then you don't have to worry about it frying in the sun.
Exactly.
Right, trying to do real ground cover or real lawn when it's 105.
You can't do it here.
And the one thing I would do, technical things, if you're going to do a series of steps, make sure with each one of these, lots of lighting. So at night, someone doesn't break their neck.
Just
falling.
completely fall down.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
You'll have to come back at night another time and see all the up lighting.
Well, Michael sent me a couple of the nighttime photos.
Oh,
that,
good.
So
you
I'll
got
put
to see
some in
some
right
stuff.
now.
Okay, Michael had the best idea. So from our window right here is from our living room. So the shot that you look right out is at this really pretty fireplace we had installed.
Oh.
And I never would have thought of that.
No, I wouldn't
would
have
have
either.
just looked over into the grass.
Oh, it's beautiful. It kind of makes this a little room.
Yeah,
like
it
a
really
fireplace
does. It
room.
makes this like its own little living
And
area
you guys
too.
use this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And again, what's interesting is because there were so many levels to consider, So you can see the pool was in the ground, but it wasn't in the ground.
Right.
So it was raised. So this becomes also a seat wall that you can sit along, you know,
I
and
see
swivel and
it.
get into the pool.
Oh, it's incredible. I love your little bowl over there with all the succulents.
Thank you.
That's gorgeous. Okay, I know all of you are wanting me to show the greenhouse. Yes, look at this incredible greenhouse. So this is a BC greenhouse, correct?
Yes, it's a BC greenhouse. We ordered it 2 years ago. We had somebody come in and put it all together. We built the stem wall. We had it match the front flagstone.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Do you spend all the time in winter in here?
Yes.
Can we go look in?
Yes, of course.
It's incredible.
It's not poorly planted out right now, but
Well,
I'll
yeah.
give you a tour.
And you were saying these all reseeded themselves?
All these tomatoes are just reseeding themselves. I pulled everything out in January.
Oh
my
my-
winter tomatoes were very tall, and
How tall did the winter ones get?
I think they got to around 14 feet. They were all the way up to that bar right there.
So
I had
talk
to
about
keep cutting them around the fan.
Talk about indeterminate. If you're wondering how big indeterminate tomatoes get, they can get up to 14 feet. Megan knows. This is beautiful. I
Thank
love
you.
the bricks on the floor.
And this drains, there's
It
no water
does.
under there, so that because you have to spray this and mist it, the water just goes, it's a permeable surface.
It's beautiful. All right, you guys, my camera overheated. It's a little warm today, but now I'm on my phone, so if it sounds a little bit different, that's why. I just wanted to point out this gorgeous sink.
Thank you.
Holy moly.
I wanted a big sink so I could soak the seedlings in it.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Oh, my dream. I love it.
This
And
is
then
a
I did-
garden,
I
yeah,
did
this is a
potting-
gardener's dream.
This one's my potting table over here.
Gardener's dream. Gardener's
And then I
dream.
keep all the soils up there.
And your cow lilies.
Those were just some bulbs I found and threw them in there. And
Yeah.
they just took off.
Yeah, they're just the happiest little plants, and all your tomatoes. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. I can move over into, we'll just start this
Oh.
way, into the formal garden.
So beautiful. Is this another little gem?
Yeah.
Little jam.
Oh, it's so pretty.
They're really pretty.
They're very beautiful. My mom has one of those, so she'll be excited to see this. Oh, Megan.
Here's the formal garden we had designed.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It's got 2 trellises.
Do you know where the trellises are from?
The trellises were from Overstock, I believe.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yes. They were a steel.
They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. And
And which climbing rose is this? I don't remember.
What is this? No, I'll have to think about it.
Yeah.
okay. If anyone knows the name of this, or if Megan
Oh,
remembers.
it'll come to it.
Okay.
Don't worry.
All right.
Sally Holmes roses.
Sally
Holmes.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, beautiful. I see you have angel wings, Senecio.
Oh yes, everything in here was just kind of volunteers from last year. I pulled it out and it didn't replant it
Oh
yet.
my goodness.
So if you're looking for something that just grows,
That's just super, super happy. Angel wings, Senecio.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And then we have to talk about these trees. Say what's the name again, Michael?
Hornbeams. We were at the nursery and we saw these, and they're very European looking.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
showed Megan one, and she goes, "Oh, I love them."
I love
So
it.
yeah, they're so unusual because they're columnar. They have a different look than an Italian cypress because they're so much more open, but they're very European.
They're so incredibly beautiful. It's on my list now.
I love how
Absolutely.
uniform they are.
Yeah.
And they really make things formal. You just put them in a line and it's just, it makes everything.
Yeah, but I mean, even just one of these, right, popped into
Yep,
a back of a
yep,
garden
yep.
somewhere, I think would be absolutely
If you need
beautiful.
some height anywhere but don't want any width,
Don't have a lot of space, yeah. Michael, do you know how wide these will get?
Probably about 3-4 feet.
3-4 feet wide,
Yep,
so
at the most.
definitely you can fit
And they are
something.
deciduous, but they're just they're fun.
They're beautiful.
I mean, again, that's the whole thing is gardening needs to be fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
And we planted the black stem pittosporum that's starting to grow with the idea that it would block off the view of the driveway.
Oh yeah.
and it's starting to.
It's going. Yep. Remember, this garden is only 4 years old, so what you guys have done in 4 years is absolutely incredible. I think it gives all of us hope. You know. And then over here, Megan, this is your wildflowers.
Oh, so I did some seeds this winter, and they're just starting to pop up. And I did native wildflowers sunflowers, and then I think my daughter spread a few other seeds in there too.
It's beautiful. You have some sunflowers.
Sunflowers.
Yes, I think the sunflowers probably came from last year.
Yeah.
Lots
Oh,
of
they're
volunteers.
so
I love the poppies.
They're
And then
beautiful.
my children spend a lot of time in the yard with me.
Uh-huh.
So I actually gave them their own planter box
Oh,
right
you're so
here.
great.
And so they planted these little flowers, and then they have their little fairy garden
Oh,
here.
how sweet. Oh, I love that.
And they spend hours just moving these little guys around.
They did a wonderful job. You tell them that they did a good job on their fairy garden. Oh, and they've got little flamingos with the eggs.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. That's wonderful. Oh, this is so beautiful.
Thank you.
The structure in this garden, it just makes it. It's so good. So pretty.
It's kind of what I tell people, that if you can get the skeleton down, if you can get the structure, and then you fill in the pieces, and you can go wild and have fun and enjoy, but there is some structure. It's like a body. I mean, we have bones that kind of put us together, and then the skin and the clothing and everything are all accessories.
Right.
It's the same thing in a garden. If you have a good structure, then the accessories are the things that you can have fun with.
Absolutely. It's so pretty.
I think it's like layers. I like
Yeah.
to do everything. I do the structure it in, and then I add it in a layer. Then I see where the color's missing, and I add another color
I
layer
love your
all
layering is
You do a
just
good job.
amazing.
Thank
it's just
you.
amazing.
Megan, I've noticed you guys have chosen a lot of like perennials, a lot of shrubs, things that are going to be happy for a long time here, where you don't have to worry about that. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, I tried to plant a good mix of things that would come back every year, a good mix of just things that were set and forget. You know, you put
Right.
in there, you get them established, and then they're just happy.
You
and
don't have to
stay.
bother with it at all.
But again, this is a really nice thing. You come down the steps, and instead of looking at nothing, you have the focal point, which is the red dragon Japanese maple. And it's again surrounded by two little thuyas. So it's like frames.
It's beautiful.
Again, in the European gardens, they do these vistas where they kind of, every view has a frame. Well, this is a frame. You've got the Japanese maple with the two thuyas. I
I
it's
feel like you're
wonderful.
so good at that. That is something that I never think of. And ever since coming to your house and now your house, Megan, it's like, okay, I have to start thinking about my vista. I have to think about this vista.
And a lot of people say, well, where can I get inspiration besides, what we're doing? When you travel, go to some of the wonderful gardens. You can see how, because they're hundreds of years old, you can see how they've been put together and how they've developed. And that's kind of, besides, training, but that's where I get a lot of my inspiration is travel.
That's
I have
amazing.
to say it's amazing.
It's incredible.
Every time I go to Napa, I go to the nursery right after, and I think I just copy something each time.
It's the best way to do it.
And then you'll notice in my yard, everything is pretty much blues, greens, and reds again.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's so gorgeous. It's the layers. It looks so good.
It's the layers.
It's beautiful. Megan, I can't believe you do most of this yourself.
Thank you.
I'm so impressed.
I love it.
How much time do you spend, do you think?
Every extra second I can
Aw,
carve out.
I
Sometimes I
love
wake
it.
up early. Sometimes I sneak away when nobody notices I'm not in the house.
I love it. See, a true gardener. Okay, hold on. What's this?
That is a cousin It. She just got recently trimmed back, but she gets even more majestic
This is
later on in the year.
This is an acacia, is that right?
Yes, an acacia. And it's drought tolerant. I love it.
I think there's another one over there, a little
Is there?
smaller.
It's beautiful.
I
you
love them because they're
guys.
just funny. They look like little creatures.
Yes,
Plus,
they do.
you can say it's
Yeah.
Cousin It, which is fantastic.
One of my favorites.
Right?
And the girls are waiting for you.
Oh yeah, and over
Oh,
here
yes.
we've got the chicken coop.
O-Neill Farms. Oh, I love it. You're taking that sign, right?
For sure.
Okay, good. So this chicken coop was, you guys built it?
So this chicken coop we built 2-3 years ago.
Hi, girls. Hi. And your husband, what's he doing today?
Today he's building the new coop at the new house. I'm supposed to be his assistant.
Oops.
But
You blame it
I'm
on me.
break.
Instead, she's my assistant.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You blame it on us.
I never saw that. I love the U.S. mail thing.
Oh
know,
yeah,
that's
I got an extra one.
I
didn't-
love that.
So I put it right there.
I
and then
love
their
that.
treats are normally in there. But
Oh, that's so cute.
my kids dumped all their treats out.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
That's so cute. What are these?
these are little topiary olive trees.
Oh my
They're called
goodness.
lollies.
And they do okay in this?
They love it right here.
Oh, man.
I noticed they prefer not as direct heat as the big olive
Oh,
trees.
really?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's interesting. These are beautiful. Gorgeous. And then the spirals. You do a really good job with the Creeping Jenny and the Silver Falls.
Thank you.
I like how you add that to every pot.
I try to keep them all in pots or in designated sections because she will take over, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
It's not always a bad thing. Okay, hold on. Let's talk about...
Oh, the whale belly.
It's beautiful.
So inside the grass, there was a whole bunch of these throughout, but when we raised it, we were left with just this guy. So we had to figure out what we were going to do with him. And we decided to keep him for, interest.
All
the little kids climbed at the top of it first thing.
They probably love it. Oh, there's a butterfly. Oh.
I love this because, again, it breaks up the negative space.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of sculpture.
It's
just amazing.
When I walked back here, that was one of the first things my eyes went to. Was like, what is that? And it just makes it look so natural, like it's been here a million years.
Which it was.
Which it is. But it's amazing.
And if you shoot back, you can see how the different levels kind of all pulled and worked together.
Oh, you guys, it's incredible. I'm going to come over here. Bravo and brava. This is gorgeous.
We built this little fake fence right here to hide the pool equipment.
So this is where you hide things. We all have to have places to hide things.
This is our hidden pool stuff.
Oh, very nice.
Right here.
Very nice. We all have to have places like that. I love
there's some more of your maples and pots.
And some more that I didn't grab yet.
Are you going to take those?
Yeah.
Yes.
The moon maples are my favorite.
Are they?
Jordan moon.
Jordan, I see. I don't know anything about maples, but now you're inspiring me.
Oh, you have to
get into it.
It's dangerous though, because once you get a few, then you're just going to need them
just
all.
Looking for
and
all.
They're all different and they're addicting.
Fun.
You'll find out.
They're addicting.
Oh,
they're like chickens. Once you get a few, then you end up with chicken mouth.
But they're so cute. I love these too. This ironwork, is that what you call it? It's beautiful. It just adds so much, and I bet that's beautiful winter interest. Even though you have so much winter interest in this garden, I bet it's gorgeous in the winter.
Yes.
So I love how you did these with these poodle topiaries, which are normally extremely modern, but you've put them with the iceberg roses, which is so fun.
I really just planted what I liked.
I love it.
It ended up being a mix of really feminine, and then I think these are kind of masculine. And
I agree.
I think they go they're married.
I've honestly never seen a combination like that, but now that I see it, it's like, oh, that works.
And look at the symmetry, which is really neat. You have the little gem on one side, the little gem on the other.
Yeah.
You have the thuyas kind of centered on either side is the serpentine cedars.
Yeah.
So again, it's a nice structure to kind of mirror all through, kind of gives this really wonderful balance.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And I love that you've left this part grass. I think that it keeps it like nice and open and clean, and I just think that it
and the kids played on it.
The kids play on it. We put bounce houses on it for birthday parties. The grass has been lovely.
Oh, that is absolutely incredible. This is so incredibly gorgeous, you guys. I'm going to watch this video over and take notes on all the things that I want to stuff into my little garden. That's absolutely gorgeous. Can we go look at that hedge over there by the pool?
Yes. So this is actually part of the dog run again.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
You cannot even tell.
So here's the jasmine again, the star jasmine, and it just grew in lovely over the last 3 years or so.
And then these are juniper topiaries?
Yeah, these are just some juniper topiaries.
White spirea.
Yes.
Beautiful. And remember, it is mid-May right now, so not everything is opened up quite yet.
And we had the longest winter ever.
Oh my goodness, right? Oh, it was so tough. You guys, this is so good.
And for people that don't know exactly what a moon garden is, everything is in the greens, the grays, the whites, a little bit of blue. And the thing that makes it spectacular at night, when the moon shines or when the lights are on, the whole yard glows. That's what's so amazing.
Michael, do you get a lot of requests for moon gardens?
I do. Well, it's people kind of study garden design, and a lot of people say, I really want a moon garden, I really want a white garden. It all depends on what colors you're drawn to and what you kind of like. And it's very romantic. It goes back to romance. And again, that's what a garden's supposed to be. It's all about romance, fun, and living longer and enjoying.
And enjoying the outside.
Yeah.
Megan, did you know you wanted the whites? Did you know the colors that you wanted when you first started this garden?
I had a vision for this garden,
Did you?
and me and Michael sat down and we planned it out, and I knew we were going for all whites on this one.
And do you think it's lived up to your expectations?
It really did.
It's gorgeous.
I really enjoyed it.
It's absolutely incredible, you guys. I am so impressed. I am so, I don't want to say proud of you, but I kind of am proud of you guys for doing such a fantastic job. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, thank you so much to Megan for letting us come into your old home. She's working on her new home that I'm sure is going to be that much more beautiful than this. We were saying this is your training garden.
Oh, yes.
And your next one's going to be that much better. And thank you to Michael Glassman for connecting me with Megan.
My pleasure.
And
this has been fun.
And sharing your incredible work. You have incredible talent. And thank you so much for sharing it with me.
It's my pleasure.
And sharing it with my viewers too. I'm sure we all appreciate it.
I'm just glad to get to share my plants.
Yeah, right? There's a true gardener right there. All right, you guys, so that is going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.